Hi, I'm Renee.
And I'm Debbie, and together
We
we
are
are
the
the
Roundtable
Roundtable
Recap.
Recap.
Hey, welcome. We're on Traitors US Season 3, Episode 5. And starting out with the Traitors turret, Carolyn and Danielle are not happy with Rob, seeing how he took out Bob Q. And even though Rob comes in and explains the reasoning, because obviously he didn't have a whole lot of time before the roundtable to really explain, he does try to say, like, this is why, I went for
hmm
Bob, and don't worry, you guys, I won't come after you. But of course, they're like, yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of, I would be suspicious of him too, because I mean, he went out of his way to say to them, before the roundtable that, hey, people are throwing around his name, people are talking about him. And then at the roundtable, the only one that really brings up his name is Rob.
I know. He's like, I've been hearing his name, but yeah, had he not brought him up, he wouldn't even come
Right.
up at all. Like, nobody would have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So if I were Danielle or Carolyn, I would be suspicious of him. Like, yeah, you can't trust this guy.
yeah, yeah, 100%.
And I like Rob. I like him, but I would be suspicious of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're both, got their guard up when it comes to him. Yeah, and so then they kind of just move forward because obviously now they don't want to get on Rob's bad side or make any type of like hint that they don't trust him.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so then it kind of, they discuss the different people, and then it comes into breakfast with Carolyn's demeanor about she's like running like she's like, or
Oh.
like seem like she's out of breath, and they're like, what is going
Right.
on with her? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she can play it off, but yeah, she's I don't know. I don't know if I would ever I've never really seen anybody play like she does. So it's different.
yeah, yeah, it's
But
different,
she
all
can
right.
do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, she gets away with it because yeah,
Mhm.
she's unique. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, if you watch Survivor, I mean, I never saw the episode of Survivor that she was in, but I mean, if you know that she made it to the end,
Yeah,
you know that she's, she's smart, but she's still able to play this character.
yeah, yeah. I know. I think people don't take that into consideration. Like, this is where they came from, so yeah, you got to have strategy to make it far, and I think
Right.
that's definitely overlooked by players. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, then you find out that Robin is the one who the traitors decide to eliminate. And Carolyn's like, no one listens to me. But really, like, even when they show the traitors turn again, all she is you can tell she's disappointed that she doesn't agree, but she's just like, okay. Like, she doesn't
Right.
like give any good arguments or any good like reasoning to why it's not a good idea. And
Right.
I think right now is also a missed opportunity for the faithfuls, because like, I understand why maybe Rob isn't taken out, even though he's aggressive, but like, he could be used as a shield. But I would be questioning, how come Dylan isn't the one being
Right.
taken out?
Right.
Because
Right.
Dylan's the one who initially
Mhm.
thought it was Bob, and he's the one who's like smart and has this intuition. So I would be questioning, yeah, how come he didn't get eliminated?
Right.
And is it
Right.
because he's got a good alliance with a traitor? Like, I don't know.
Mm.
But obviously it's
Yeah.
easier for us to see it, but I would kind of be thinking along those lines versus Robin. People knew she was a faithful, so
Right.
yeah, internet.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, everybody's confused. Other than it's another housewife. I mean, everybody's confused about this. But I think, yeah, where the traders were at, it was just safe. It was just a safe
Yeah. I mean, it was.
person.
I assume that's, yeah, why they went after Robin, but I thought it was a missed opportunity to point out the fact that
Yeah.
Dylan's still here. In this episode, again, the whole thing still is on everybody's mind as far as it's either Nikki or Sierra could possibly be a traitor because they were in the coffin. Um, and the Bambis themselves think that they're also a target at this point because of their alliance.
Yeah. And then Ivar shares with Derek and Carolyn's there about what Wes had said from the last episode
Mhm.
about how can you be 100% sure that somebody's a traitor.
Yeah. And Ivor tells Rob too that Wes is after him at this point.
Right, right,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Um,
Yep.
so yeah, Rob immediately, of course, goes and confronts Wes.
Well,
Oh.
well, Rob says, "Is Wes deflecting?"
Oh
That
yeah,
whole,
yeah.
yeah, it's that whole
Using that
deflecting
deflecting
thing.
thing. Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Oh dear.
But
Yeah.
I like the how Wes tries to manipulate the story of no, I said it
Oh,
in
I
this
know.
context. Like that's not what I
I
said.
I love that conversation because it was like, yeah, Rob approaches him and then Wes is like, yeah, your name's being said a lot. And then Rob's like,
Yeah.
well, I've heard that it was you that was
Yeah.
saying my name. And then
Yeah, then he
and
tries to like avoid the question and Rob's like, "Well, did you say my name?" Like
I know. I just thought that was like the greatest conversation.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought that was funny, but yeah, so he tries to spin that story. And then this is also where Danielle, she starts having a turn in her thought process of because Carolyn confides, I don't know why at this point, but um Carolyn confides in Danielle, well, Rob's saying this to me, like, oh, we can, trust each other and make it to the end.
Mhm.
And Danielle's like, wait a minute, he's not having that conversation with me. So now
Right.
she doesn't want either one of them as traitors and wants to get rid of both of them because she wants to have a traitor she can completely trust. So
Yeah.
this sets a
Yeah.
path
This
for
is
her. Yeah.
this
Um,
episode with Danielle. Oh my
I
gosh.
know, I know the different things.
It's
Um,
like I don't know if it's just the stress or I don't know or I don't know. Don't know. I don't think she knows either.
yeah, yeah. I don't know either. Yeah, I don't think she
She's
knows.
all over the place.
She is. Yeah.
But I
Um.
mean, I think if you're a trader, you really, it's unfortunate that, what happened, as far as, Rob taking out Bob, but for the other three, for the remaining three, I think the best bet is to just stick together, not
Mhm.
start thinking about, well, I can't trust them. I can't trust them. Of course, the
Right.
trainers aren't going to trust each other, but they got to work together.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. This episode is a turning point where I feel like, yeah, the thought process just
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it
Yeah.
goes on theme though with the whole season so far where everyone's just out for themselves and there's no
Right.
like working together, but still, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
definitely
that's
the
a
wrong.
definite theme. But usually the traders are creating chaos among the faithful. And I put down that the traders are just creating chaos amongst each other. So,
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
yeah.
100%. Yeah, nobody can trust anybody. Moving into the mission, before they get there, this is where also Rob tries to spin stories himself. Well, not even spins, he just makes up a story. To Nikki
Mhm.
and Chriselle's in there in the Jeep, and he's like, well, Bob, had said, Bob Q, that
Mhm.
he was suspecting you. So that way he tries to build some trust with her.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and and yeah, so then they move on to the mission.
Well, and in the other car, Danielle is at work throwing Carolyn under the bus.
Oh, I have that after the mission. She does that.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I don't have
No.
any notes of her before the mission. Okay, so it
Mhm.
was a different. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was when in the car. Yeah, she's in one car throwing Carolyn under the bus, and Rob is in another car. Planting seeds about
Yeah.
yeah about. Hmm.
Traitors and their
Yeah,
stories. Yeah.
yeah. But I like what Tom said, and I didn't remember him ever saying this because I really like I like the saying. I just didn't think it came from him. But when he was talking about Nikki, saying that she's either a traitor or a bad faithful, I thought that was because I always think that's a good thing to focus in on. Because it was in one of the episodes, I think it was Traders US, where they had said it didn't matter who you voted out because if you're a bad faithful, you're not helping the game.
Yeah.
So for Tom to say something like that, I was like, oh, I never thought Tom would think like that. But
Yeah. Yeah.
but
I
that's
remember. I remember that. I remember because it was a guy who said it, but I don't remember who it was about. But he's like, yeah. Either way, what's the point of having you here?
right,
Yeah.
right.
But speaking of Tom, I have a note of his comment because they get into the mission where they have to answer riddles, and he
No.
goes off to say that he's good at riddles because he read Harry Potter.
No, I know. I wrote that down too. I'm like, what? And he said,
Because
"There's even a
Voldemort's
character
name
name."
is Tom Riddle.
Right.
He's like, so I'm channeling Tom
Uh,
Riddle. I'm like,
yeah.
Voldemort didn't do riddles. Like,
Yeah. Poor Tom.
it's like
Oh dear.
what? Oh, the comments.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. But this mission was the mission I put down for Danielle. Like, WTF? Like,
yeah,
what is going on?
yeah. But even before Danielle, I love that. Okay, so the first riddle, it's Bob H who
Oh.
or I guess I could just call him Bob now because there's only one Bob. Bob stands up real quick and he's like, I don't even know what the riddle or the question was, and
Right.
so he gets it
I
wrong.
know.
And
I
then
know. He's like, I just want a shield. I just want a shield. And what does he pick? He, he
he
picks
picks a shield.
shield.
Yeah. And then
Oh
I like
dear.
Alan's comment because Bob has to go sit in the back because he got it wrong. And Alan's like, don't talk to Bob. He's a loser. He's like,
Yeah.
Bob's just there with his head down.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I thought that was
Oh.
funny.
But
Um,
he was on The Biggest Loser, right? He
yeah.
was one of the coaches. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I like the way that tied in.
yeah. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, now going back to Danielle though, with her like she gets it right, but instead of putting her picture up, she decides to do a housewife, Dolores, but takes down Derek, which is Derek's like, what? Like I thought
Yeah.
we were, an alliance together type of thing. I thought we were friends. And then, so then she feels bad. So her second time around, she puts his portrait up, and people were like what? Like, why aren't you putting your
Yeah.
own? Don't you need a shield? Like,
Yeah.
again,
I know. And then when Dolores said that to her, then Danielle starts, the tears start coming,
I
and Dolores is
know.
like,
I'm like,
no, no, no.
yeah,
We've had enough of those.
yep, yep. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know what.
I mean, Danielle. Oh,
Yeah. I mean, she really showed that she was a traitor right there. Like she did
right.
not once, but twice, like
Mhm.
did not consider herself like I need a shield. Like that's all you're trying to do as
Yeah.
a faithful. You're trying to win shields because at any given point you can be
And I didn't,
eliminated.
I didn't understand why she took down Derek's picture instead of Tom's picture. It's like, why? Why?
And
Why
yeah,
did you not take
yeah,
down him?
yeah.
Yeah,
Her
I
whole
don't.
she had no gameplay. I don't. She would have been better off just not even standing up to try to answer
Right.
one. Like,
Right.
she could just sat there and been like, I'm really terrible at riddles, and nobody would have
Right.
batted an eye. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I had from the takeaways from the mission.
Danielle was
Yeah.
terrible. Danielle was a mess.
Yeah. Danielle was a mess, and Bob just him standing up, and Tom with his riddles.
Oh,
Um,
I know. Yeah.
but moving on. So after the mission, though, this is where I did note that Danielle brings up Carolyn's name with Ivor and Dylan say about
Mhm.
Carolyn. And then on top of
Yeah.
that, when she gets back to the castle, she brings up Carolyn's name to Brittany as well.
Right.
So she's really trying to now float Carolyn's name out there. And
Yeah. Makes no sense. I mean,
yeah, no, none whatsoever. And then before they head into the round table, this is also where Chriselle, because she was in that Jeep with Rob and Nikki, she confides in Rob that she now suspects Nikki, but she feels bad because obviously that's a Bambi Alliance member for her.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, because it was Nikki's reaction to what Rob said. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Which
guess,
unfortunately
yeah,
was
her
a
face.
legit reaction. Like it wasn't a faked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was just like surprised, like, what?
Right.
What?
Yeah. So that's all I have. And then moving on to the round table, Ivor starts off with shooting out, the three names that are floating around, which is Sierra, Nikki, and Rob as being the traitors at this point. And
Yeah.
Rob is really good. He pretty much, comes up with the argument right away to kind of like put the conversation back. So it's a lot of Nikki versus Sierra at this point.
Hmm.
And
Right.
Bob does try to go in there and he tries to say, well, it would, like, I know how you play, Rob, and this would have been a really good play where you come in as a traitor and right away you take out a fellow traitor. And
Hmm.
Rob's, of course, like, yeah, that would have been a good play if that was the case, but which,
Right.
I mean, it's 100% true, but yeah, I felt like a good observation from Bob
Hmm.
and how Rob
Yes.
plays. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
then
okay.
I was going to say Sam's comment about that. I mean, Sam, who's quiet, you
Mhm.
hardly ever hear from him. And then he said that he expects Rob to be killed or, not be there. Otherwise, he's going to suspect him.
But again, I feel
So,
like it could easily be dismissed as he's there because he's a good shield for the
right. Yeah.
traitors to
And
hide behind.
yeah. And then, like you said, the same could be said about Dylan, too. Why,
Mhm.
why are they keeping Dylan around?
Yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, this is where Nikki is the one who gets voted out. And I feel like Chriselle, and she even feels this way after the round table too, that she's like, I'm the one who did it, which is
Yeah.
true because it's really hard as a faithful to look the other way when your own close alliance member suspects you. Like it's really hard to just
Right.
dismiss that. So
Yeah.
yeah, she did
Yeah.
seal her fate.
And I think that when Chriselle had, told, at the table, why she suspected Nikki, I think it was at that point Nikki just kind of like gave up. I mean, she could have still continued to fight and defend herself, but I think at that point when, yeah, your alliance member is going after you, yeah, she just, I think, felt so
Hmm.
betrayed. I felt so bad. I just felt so bad for her,
Yeah.
for Nikki,
Yeah.
for Nikki. I felt
Yeah.
bad for
Yeah.
Nikki.
Yeah, it was a bad way. I mean, you could even see I mean, she even said she was upset in her confessional after the fact and yeah, that she felt betrayed because at the end of the day, you only have your certain alliance members and I
Hmm.
mean, it's still so early in the game for them not to have your back. So I
Right.
feel like yeah, she was valid.
And then in the
Mhm.
votes, I was impressed with Dylan because voting against the majority a lot of time backfires. But in this case, because she was a faithful, he was like, yeah, because he voted for Gabby.
Yeah.
But he's really the only one. That's why I would think, yeah, the traitors should have him on their radar because he's the one willing to stand up and take a position against everybody else.
Yeah. And he's already proved that he has good intuition.
Yeah.
So So why is he still there? Because I
Right.
mean, I think he's proved himself that he's a faithful. I think so. Um, but yeah, I would really be questioning like why is Dylan still here? Because obviously he's a threat to the traitors,
Right.
and yeah, they're keeping him around and getting rid of people that aren't as much of a threat.
Mhm.
So,
Right.
but
Yep.
yeah, it is what it is. And so then after the round table, this is where Derek he confides in Wes that he does suspect Rob as being a
Mhm.
traitor. And this is where who is it? Dylan
Dylan?
confides, yeah, in Carolyn that Danielle is throwing her name out there. And I love how this episode ended. I
Yes.
laughed with that,
I know.
where
It's the best.
yeah, where Carolyn, because they have to go. She's like, "Yep, here we go. We have to go up to that trader turn and say like, okay, now who do we want to get rid of?" And she's like,
Yeah.
"Each other." Like,
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
I love her confessionals. I get a kick out of them.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I think this was a good season. You had some really good players. You had
Mhm.
some really good one-liners, and just
Yeah.
it
You
just
got
made the
some.
whole season enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's funny. Like I laughed. I think this is the most like traders I have laughed watching the different
Mhm.
episodes. And I do remember
Mhm.
like parts, that are to come, and I'm like, yeah, I
Right.
can't wait
Yes. Yeah.
to rewatch
Yeah.
some of those parts.
Yeah.
So,
I know. I can't wait for like with Tom. I'm
yeah.
just
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so stay tuned, guys, while we get to those episodes soon because those are really some great episodes. Yeah,
yes.
we'll see you guys next week.
Yay.